my computer right here. I can hop into the Discord channel. Jamie. This is the mic for the speakers later on. This is the mic. Maybe I'll give it to you. This is for the speakers.
Okay.
It's on already. To turn it on and off, you just hold it here. Right? So I'll just leave that with you. And then
So
whoever's speaking can just
So it's on?
just hold. Now it's on. Yeah.
Can you because there's going to be like a bunch of speakers passing next.
Oh,
It's kind of
connect it to
hard
the
for
mic.
me to give
Sure,
it to the
sure.
back.
Where's the mic? Okay. How many mics do you have? Okay, one, two.
Yeah, why?
This is for the stream.
For the?
For the stream.
Okay.
Live stream.
So you need to click on for them, is it?
They don't need, they can roll they can hold. But as long as it's with them.
I was
Okay.
thinking about
Oh, I didn't know about that.
attaching it to the main mic.
I don't think you can. I think when they go up, just keep it on. Is it possible?
Can clip can clip. What the other thing I can do is I can tape it
Or
on your
someone
mic.
can be.
On the mic,
Tape
is
on
it?
your mic.
Is it possible
do you
someone
have tape?
Yeah. Yeah.
We are going to start already. We are going to start.
Yeah. Tape. Excuse me. Where's the mic?
Where's the mic?
The mic.
Can I get the mic? Can I get the mic? I'm gonna tape. This mic is for the streaming.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tape it on that mic, alright?
Oh, this mic, is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna tape it on. Alright? So just
Yeah, the camera at the back.
But then where can people see it?
the YouTube channel is on the announcement. This is the only mic that connects to the live stream. So if you want to speak into the live stream, use this one, alright?
Use this.
Darkness. Exploding into chaos. Darkness. Exploding into chaos. Yet amidst the destruction. Yet amidst the destruction, life found a way. Life found a way. Over the conflict between life and chaos. The conflict between life, neither life or death. They became something more, transforming the man until the vision was complete. But emptiness fell on them in the end. Leaders among them, seeking wisdom from the land. Our task has been completed, they say. devices, taking the first steps into a brand new journey.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Project Gojira Singapore Invasion. I'm Minnie, and I'm going to be hosting tonight and introducing all of the speakers from the Gojira team and sponsors. Just some housekeeping before we begin. Please remember to keep your masks on while you're not drinking. Please don't bring drinks onto the dance floor. And the bathrooms are upstairs to your left, and exits are if you just follow the exit signs that are lit up. There's merch for sale around the event. So tonight's the night we've all been looking forward to, celebrating community, having a great time, and of course, dropping some red hot alpha. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Jamie, the co-founder of Project Gojira.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm Jamie, founder of Project Gojira, and thanks for everyone to come, and as a halter, non-halter, everyone who came to our event. Hopefully we're gonna have a blast tonight. Further ado, I was supposed to talk about our history, but then I feel like it's better, without talking too much data, it's better I'm talking about what I feel and why I start this project. Initially, when I started the project, I had different, I would say my mindset now than before was different, right? At that time, I didn't think about creating this huge ass community that's very strong, like family, right? We called ourselves Jira Fam. I didn't have the idea about being surrounded by all those wonderful, very professional people that knows, a lot of things and very dedicated. I didn't have that idea. I wasn't really thinking about creating all these tools that can help a lot of people, right? Not only people, other projects and all that. I didn't have that plan. And I wasn't even thinking about we're gonna even help other projects launch their projects and all that, right? So back then, basically what I was, my mindset when I started doing this, I would say I wanted to create something very simple. At the same time, I wanted to send the message through the art, right? Talking about art, I'm not, I would say I'm not real fixed artist. I started, I learned fixed art in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then I start working on Gojira. So in that sense, this is something that I basically did from pure enjoyment, right? So I wanted to send a message that not only those monstrous looking creatures, they don't have to be, what's it called, ugly or bad, right? I wanted to send a message that those creatures can be fun. Those creatures can have different reactions, emotions, you know what I mean? I wanted to send that people who hold those NFTs, those profile images, they can relate to it eventually. So I wanted to make it more unique, different looking than each other. At the same time, I wanted to send message that it's not easy to you recognize people. It takes time. It takes time to see talent, find out talent. But at the end, if you can focus on those kind of things, really try to find out who you are or who's your friend beside and all that, then eventually you can, right? So, so it all comes back to what Project Gojira is. My team, everybody, we met in Web3 space. None of us met in real life. Even Sean and me, when we met, we were strangers to each other, right? takes time to, trust, build that trust. Yeah, so we are Web3 natives in that sense. Yeah, so right now, I would say my mindset at the beginning now is different, right? So going through all those experiences, meeting with different people, learning a lot of things while being around a lot of founders, a lot of holders, supporters that, has this huge, great vision, right? Then basically we set our goal very straight. It's so obvious that what we're gonna do in the future, what we're gonna be. It's for us. It makes sense at this point, right? So we want to be the global trusted partner for Web3 success. That's our goal, and we get here. I would say very quickly since our collection launched. It's been 9 months, but we have a long way to go, and hopefully everyone gonna support us and enjoy the evening.
We love you.
Thank you. I'm sorry. So next speaker is Ken, goes by Sakata King in Web3. He's our newly signed CFO, and I'm gonna hand the mic to Ken.
Thanks, guys. I guess, first of all, a couple of quick things. Just want to say thank you to Jamie, Sean, Amresh, and the rest of the core team for giving me this opportunity. And I'd like to say I couldn't be more proud to be part of this team, and more proud to be part of this community. Second quick thing, there's been a ton of work that went into this presentation, working to the very last minute. Quick shout out to MoneyMind's team, the finance team that supports this project, JCOM, B-Money, Naiku.eth, Aldrin, and Yippee, who spent so much time pulling together these numbers and financials. So quick shout out to them. Now jumping into this, realizing that not everybody as a holder has been with the project since the beginning. And some of you who maybe have bought in recently, I want to kind of take you through the history and our timeline. So first of all, we opened the Discord for Project Gojira back in October of 2021. And the mint of our first collection, the Genesis collection, 333 Gojiras, that happened in December of 2021. And in 2 short months, 2 months, we hit a 20 floor. We had a secondary transaction for a legendary Gojira at sold for 35 ETH. 100K Twitter followers, and $3 million of whitelist value that went out to our holders. In March 1st, we migrated our contract to these animated Jiras. And on March 10th, we launched our Gen 2 collection of 3,333. On April 12th, staking went live, and Gen 2 started generating Jira. And on, April 26th, we sold a Gen 2 Legendary for 27 ETH. At the time, close to 80K USD. By May 10th, we had given out $7 million US worth of whitelist value. June 22nd, we launched the Jira bot. And on the 24th, 25th June, we had our NFT NYC events for our holders, which brings us to July 5th, where we've done 8,000 ETH of secondary sales. With that, I'd like to introduce the Project Gojira core team, our organization. There are many projects out there who aren't doxed, but we are one of the few that support this project so much, believe in it so much, that for those who haven't doxed yet, we're doxing tonight. So Jamie and Sean, everybody knows now. We're going to go through it one by one. Our Chief Operating Officer, who's kind of up there somewhere. Amresh. Our Chief Commercial Officer, Guden, right back there. Moving on to our CTO, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today. He's the one team member who's missing. RNA, where are you? Chief Marketing Officer. Zero Cool. Where are you at? What are you doing there? Chief Education Officer. Pino, Investor Relations. Josh, there you are, Chief People Officer. And last but not least, G, Chief Community Officer. Now, the team and the broader team, I'd like to call out a few people who made it out here today. JCOM 910. A couple of our strategists, Mongs. Tata. Our brand managers, Sav. Jay Satram. And from marketing, Aldrin, where are you at? And Stormkind. So not many people realize this, and even myself, I was shocked. There is in total 33 people working their asses off for you every single day. Now, let's get into the numbers. This is my part. So there are, I think, two things that I think that should become obvious after I talk through all of these. Number one, that Project Gojira, we're not a cash-rich project. We're not a Doodles. We're not a Base C. But in spite of that, we've delivered a massive amount of value to our holders. And I think all of you can attest to that. Number two, it's the fact that you can trust us, right? Like I said, we're all doxed. And we're going to keep on working hard for you, right? I don't think there's any other project in this space that puts its holders first and the founders and the core team second. I'll let that sink in. I challenge you to think of any other project out there that does this. Now, we'll jump to the vault, right? And I think this is a good demonstration. So we brought in 1,200 ETH into the project. Of that, Genesis Mint was 2%, right? We started out very small. Gen 2 brought in 39%. Done royalties has brought in about half of the money that we've brought into the project, and this is a big reason why we don't shame flippers, right? That's one core value in Project Gojira, because it's basically a win-win-win. It's a win for the person who's making some profit. It's a win for the new person who's coming into our community and is happy to pay the price that they did. And thirdly, it makes us some money too, right? It's a big part of our vault. And lastly, our launch pad which we've done 2 projects so far, Ninetales and Mind Blow On, and there's going to be many more to come. Now let's talk about some of the value that we've delivered to our holders. Now, in total, 3,800 ETH of whitelist value brought to Project Gojira holders, $7.1 million US. Right? Now, why have we been able to do this? Number one, it's the brand, the strength of the brand, and the reach that Project Gojira has. Number two, to be honest, it's Sean, right? It's his reach, it's his personal brand, it's his thought leadership, and it's why every project out there wants him as an advisor, right? And even when they bring him on, he's not enriching himself. He brings that as whitelist back to our community. And last but not least, it's our brand managers, right? Our collab team. So big shout out to Sav, Jay Satram, who are here, as well as I'm Groot, who've done all this work to sift through all the crap to bring you only the best projects. Now, the next few slides talk a little bit about the strength of this brand and this community. Since we entered the bear market, so if we call April 3rd the local high of Ether at 3.5K USD, you can see how Project Gojira has stood up and stood tall. Our floor price has increased since that time in ETH terms versus the so-called blue chips. Some examples: Cool Cats down 45%, Llama down 46%, Azuki down 55%, and NanoPass down 80%. Moving on. We're telling much the same story here, right? If we use April 3rd as a starting point, this is our price performance. We've hit some big highs and still maintain very good floor prices all throughout. While everyone else, not so good. Only BayC is barely beating us. 70% of the time, our 2 collections have traded above that April 3rd level. While all our competitors, yeah, not so good. Like Llama, 50%, Doodles, 30%, Azuki, 10%. Like, what more can you ask for? Our war chest. Now, this pie chart that's going to come up, it looks a lot like our vault, doesn't it? And that's because we've only spent 8% of our funds and left 92% as value backed for our collections. And in spite of all that, in spite of how little we spent, look at how much we've delivered for you, our community. Just to name a few, we got whitelist giveaways. We had in real life giveaways like that Panerai watch we did recently. The Jira Marketplace, one of the best communities of NFT and crypto OGs. The JiraLink forum that enables us to find the best talent in our community and help us co-create this project. The Launchpad, which not only buffs our vault, but brings us whitelists. Some of the best NFT and crypto analysis in the space. AMAs with leading projects done by our very own Zero Cool. NFT tools, real-life merchandise that you'll find behind you, crypto courses, and real-life benefits, hotel, resort discounts, and much more. Mental health seminars by our in-house psychologist, alpha calls, degen calls, and much more. So between Jamie and I, we've covered the past, the present of Project Gojira. Afterwards, we're going to talk about the future.